Howdy ho, Hot Wheels fans. We have the 1972 Ford Ranchero by Hot Wheels today. I think this is a 2022 release. I don't know, I bought it at a store this year, and it also says 29 of 250. I find the back doesn't really relate to when it was put out. You know, it says 2017 here. So that's weird that the packaging stays old like that. Why wouldn't Hot Wheels just write the year on the front of these cards, right? If they're making collectibles, wouldn't it make sense if they told everyone when these things were made? That's really strange to me. Alright, anyways. I had no clue the Ranchero dates back so far. So this, even though this is an old truck, 1972, this is still the 6th generation Ranchero. And it ran up until 1976. It was made in Lorain, Ohio. Okay. So this thing had many engine choices, as usual in a truck from America. 4.1 liters up to 7.5 liters. 7.5 liters, that's quite large. Sadly, it doesn't really tell me, Wikipedia, how much power that engine made, though. So, apologize for that. It looks pretty good. Alright. With no paint apps in the back, obviously it looks a little odd, but this is a mainline, so let's check the scale on this thing. The internet tells me this has a 2997 millimeter wheelbase. I think that, oh, that's a little too long. That's about centered, maybe, alright, maybe right there. So around, well, divided by 42.93, bearing in mind, I might be a little off, well, it doesn't matter. This is like 170 scale, so it's a pretty big truck, I guess, in the real world. This is a pretty funky paint job, I like it. It's black, obviously, but it's got really cool red and gold stripes going on. You know, the red is actually surrounded by the gold. You can see a tiny bit of that red going across the whole body. It's got the staggered wheels, though. Not a fan of that. The door handle is sticking out and recessed a little bit. I like the open windows. In this case, we have a silver interior and a yellow windscreen. Oh, QC. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be like that. Alright, we have the grille chromed out and the lights. That's all part of this chrome base. So here it says copyright 2008, so it's pretty old, obviously. And then that bumper wraps around here. Details of a gas tank from the rear. And then what looks to be recesses for the taillights. So I should be able to add some red paint in there, I think. That'll help out. The bed, oh, well, this is interesting. Usually there's, you know, the metal and then the brake and the plastic of the interior. But this one is all metal. It's very consistent. It might be the first Hot Wheels pickup to do that for me. I haven't been collecting too long. Man, that glass is really bothersome. I'm going to try to fix that somehow later. Alright, the red and gold striping is really cool on the top of the hood as well. Naturally, it would have been nicer if it printed all the way, but it's a mainline. It doesn't really bother me. You know, if this thing cost as little as it did, you know, I see problems like this on expensive models, so. Alright, well, I'm not really sure what kind of wheels I'm going to go with. I'm definitely not going to go with the stock ones. I've done those types before. So, let's see what happens. You might ask yourself what kind of wheels these are. Well, these wheels don't make any sense because these are wheels from a Toyota 2000 GT, which is an old classic car, but being Japanese, I'm sure the bolt pattern would be completely different from an American large vehicle. But anyways, I didn't want to put modern wheels on. I wanted to keep them retro styled, and I think this works out. So, yeah. I did add a little black paint and silver up here in the front. Silver the door handles, and then a little red in the taillights. That's all though. Okay, so I'm just using some poster mount putty and some double-sided tape to hold these Real Rider tires, you know, in generally the same location. Alright, so let's take a look at a couple other Hot Wheels now. I'm now noticing this casting is exceptionally narrow. The reason why is, here's the Malibu. This is the same company. I don't know what they were thinking making this Ranchero this small when they can make a Malibu that big. Alright, I'll do a top view in a second. Here's a Chevy Love, which is really an Isuzu pickup, so that's logically small. Same with this Mazda Ripu. Granted, I don't think anything here is 1/64 scale. I don't remember. And then here's a Volkswagen Caddy. Alright. So look how big the El Camino is. Although I'm sure none of these are 1/64, the only thing that looks odd to me is the Ranchero. You know, I believe a Chevy based would be bigger than any foreign type of pickup, especially one based on a first generation Golf or an Isuzu or a Mazda, right? But for some reason this thing is minuscule. It's narrow. I don't know why it's so narrow, and the roof is so low. It's really strange. What were they thinking? It's very odd. Well, anyways, let's see. Yeah, it's really strange. Let's get this going in front of this little photo here on its own. I'm not sure what else to say. Scaling is really weird. The scale isn't equal as well. You know, it's a very long look to it, but it's so narrow. It doesn't look great at all. Alright. The only plus side is mainline Hot Wheels are dirt cheap. So if I really didn't like it, I'd just throw it into the trash barrel and not feel too bad about throwing away a couple of dollars. But I'm still going to keep it because the amount of work it took to print out those wheels is valuable to me. Although I could always remove those wheels, put them on something else. Well, anyways, it's not going to stop me from buying some more Hot Wheels. I'll try to find some other castings that I like and have some other 3D printed wheel projects. So, thanks for checking this one out, and hope to see you the next time around. Alright, bye.